Woo! Good Monday noon or so on the top of Bigelow Mountain West Peak. And we are getting buffeted by about 40-mile-an-hour winds. Completely socked in. Can't see squat. Woo! This is what John and Joe and I experienced. Their streak. We went in the whites. Good grief. Whew. We're gonna get down from here before we die. Well, this is the closest thing to a view we've had today. The clouds have lifted a little bit, and there's a beautiful lake down there. Don't know how well you can make it out, but the sun is really starting to light up that whole country. I mean, the whole hillside over there. I can't zoom to work. Oh, there we go. That's better. Now you can see it. Been a rainy day. Whew. Be glad to get down the mountain. Got about another 2 miles. And then we'll dry off. Gonna spend another night in the hospital tonight and hit the trail again in the morning. Well, good Tuesday from the trail. This is West Carrie Pond. We stopped and had lunch at the West Carrie Pond lean-to. Isn't that beautiful? Not a whole lot of views. We've been hiking in the woods a lot today. But it's a beautiful day. Checking in later. Oh, God. Here's the Kennebec River crossing. Been looking forward to this all trek. You take a canoe across. Canoe's running a little late this morning, but I'm sure he'll be here shortly. Still waiting for Streak and several other people, so no rush. This is the Kennebec River.
Pleasant Pond Mountain, elevation 2447.
Yep, summit of Pleasant Pond Mountain.
And we reunited with water. But there's nothing to see. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. It has been drizzly. Well, come to another rise.
First little view today. We think that's the Kennebec River. Little afternoon view from Moxie Pond. M-O-X-I-E. Moxie's the soft drink of choice up here too. Well, we're nearing the top of Bald Mountain. This is the view. Turned out to be a beautiful afternoon. The summit of Bald Mountain, also known as Moxie Bald. They say that it's named, Bald Mountain gets the Moxie name from the pond, but it's actually not Moxie Bald. Good grief, what are those mountains back there? You think that's the Saddlebacks?
Wow.
I'll bet that's the Saddleback.
Get your peak finder out.
I'll do it.
We got great.
Well, good Friday morning from the trail. I've been on the trail, gosh, 4.5 hours. It's 9:30. I got on early. Trying to make it to Monson, Maine by noon or so I can have a good long Nero there before I head into the 100-mile wilderness in the morning. Monson is the location of Shaw's Hiker Hostel, which is purportedly, and I have no evidence to the contrary, the most popular hostel on the trail. For northbounders like myself, it's the very last hostel we encounter before we get to Katahdin. Shaw's does a wonderful hiker support. They have meals, all kinds of activities that you can do, but they also do a food drop in the middle of the 100-mile wilderness, which means no matter how long you take to go through the 100-mile wilderness, if you're willing to pay $60, you only have to carry half as much food as you need. Now, I don't plan on taking forever to do it. It's technical terrain like we've been hiking recently, but I think I can do it I'm pretty sure I can do it in 5 days, maybe 4. I'm going to plan for 6 just in case. So that means I'm only going to have to carry at most 3 days of food. That'll make me a little faster and make the trip a little more enjoyable. So I'm definitely going to do the $60 food resupply. Haven't filmed anything this morning. We've basically been walking in the woods all day. We kind of paralleled a river for, gosh, it seemed like forever, but it was probably 5 or 6 miles. Went through a little canyon, but you couldn't see anything, so there's no reason to try to film there. Right now, I'm just walking through the woods. I'll flip this around and let you see it. It looks like there's another pond. Maine has a ton of these natural glacially created ponds. We stayed at one last night. I think I actually filmed some. I did film some of that. We stayed at the Bald Mountain Pond, Moxie Bald Mountain Pond. But every 7 to 10 miles you encounter these new ponds. They're beautiful. Most of them are very remote, so they have very little development and or boat traffic on them. Last night, there were at least 2 loons calling to each other. I heard those through the night. You know me. My family will tell you how at Christmas time I can't sleep for weeks leading up to Christmas. Well, this is kind of like anticipating Christmas. I'm sleeping. I'll go to sleep at about 8 o'clock, but I'm up at about midnight. Then I'll sit there and toss and turn for a couple of hours, fall asleep again for an hour or so. Then by 3:30 or 4 o'clock, I'm ready to wake up and get on the trail. But I don't know. Last night I was staying in a shelter with my friends, and I didn't want to wake them up until at the earliest 4 o'clock. So I got up quietly at 4 o'clock, pulled all my stuff out of the shelter, and packed up and ate and got on the trail. But in the 100-mile wilderness, I'll probably try to tent as much as possible at stealth sites, so I'm not disturbing people when I get up early, because invariably I want to get up early. But that's probably more than you needed to know. It's just a little accounting of what's going on. I've got about, probably 5.5 more miles into Monson. Once I get there, I don't usually film. I think the last hostel I filmed was the Stumble Inn in Front Royal, Virginia. I don't usually film there because people like their privacy. But since Shaw's is so iconic, I'll do a little filming there. And then let you see what the town of Monson looks like. Then I'll get all my chores done and hopefully get to sleep early tonight. My 2 best friends on trail now have become Streak and Waters. Streak hikes pretty much as fast as I do. He doesn't like to hike as hard as I do, or as long as I do, but he hikes as fast as I do. So he and I have been together for about 3 weeks now for the most part. And Water doesn't hike as fast as us, but he doesn't mind going a little longer in the day. So he usually catches up to us by the evening. So tonight, as an appreciation for all that they've done to help me make it to this point, I'm going to take them out for dinner there when we get to Monson. So I'm looking forward to that. Should be a good time of fellowship. And probably we'll see other trail friends that are staging for the 100-mile wilderness as well. I know a lot of people intend to spend a Nero or Zero in Monson before they head off. So I'll check in again later. So as I understand it, this is our first view of the 100-mile wilderness. I don't know what the peaks are. My peak finder needs to update. I imagine some of those are the chair backs. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is Katahdin is about 100 miles on the other side of that. So here we come.